there everyone, this is Mr. Brass, and today I'll be talking to you about the popularity of astrology and alchemy in the later periods. The reason why things like astrology and alchemy were so popular back in Newton's time and even up to the modern era has to do with Hermeticism. As I've mentioned before, Marsilio Ficino was into that and believed through a manuscript that was found in the Macedonian monastery that a sage Hermes Trismegistus was an ancient seer who was contemporary of Moses and whom Plato got his ideas from. Hermes' writings were believed to contain secrets about a race of magicians. It was found out later in 1614, however, that a Hermetic corpus was a forgery, but the damage had already been done, and the document gave rise to the renovation of occult practices. Many people like the English magist John Dee and Italian polymath Jerome Cardan wanted to reinvent astrology and had success doing so. John Dee was a teacher and lecturer who traveled throughout Europe to teach geometry, and he sought to put astrology on a firm scientific ground because of his background in that. Back in his day, astrologers were really only criticized on religious grounds and not scientific grounds. John Dee's scientific explanation for astrology was that planets gave off rays which would influence your life given intensities of the rays based on planets moving around the sky. The math it would take to do this would be beyond the scope of mathematicians of the time, but it showed that mathematics was being advanced long enough. Astrology then demanded accuracy in plotting the planets, which also increased mathematical ability of the time. Girolamo Cardino, aka Jerome Cardan, by name alone shows you how important he was. Back in the Renaissance ages, if you were given an anglicized name, that meant your name was widespread and famous. His astrology had told that he would live a good life but die young, but this would turn out to be false as he lived to be an old age. Jerome would study medicine at the University of Pavia, where in order to make ends meet he would sell himself out as a tutor for math and he would become a gambler. While gambling was frowned upon during that time in Italy, that didn't stop it from appearing everywhere, and Jerome Cardan invented the science of probability to help him be a better gambler. Cardan would become a great physician to fund his astrology dreams. He was great due to his non-interventionist treatment, where he simply recommended a healthy diet and rest. Cardan would give the same treatment to Archbishop John Hamilton, which helped him recover, and doing so made him the doctor to be. Cardan, like Dee, sought to reform astrology, but did so through a more empirical approach by gathering horoscopes as many people and compared the predictions of those many people to how their life turned out to be, in order to formulate the rules for it, which is similar to how we do science today. Cardan was also an inventor and invented what we now call the Cardan joint, aka a device that allows a spinning drive shaft to bend. This is found in cars today. Greek mathematician Archimedes was a very advanced mathematician for a lot of people, but Cardan was able to bring in an audience to him through his writings of books. He was able to, in 1545, publish a book called The Great Art, which published the first publicized solutions to cubic and quadratic equations. The last years of Cardan's life weren't that great. His eldest son, Giovanni, murdered his own gold-digging wife and was executed in prison. His youngest son, Aldo, had to be exiled from home and from the city due to his criminal behavior, and his daughter, Chiara, had no children. Due to his fame, his colleagues would become jealous and start rumors about him and smear his work, and had him arrested by the Inquisition, although his horoscope of Jesus Christ played a part in that, but was released on bail and was given a pension from the Pope for the trouble and was given a respectable retirement. Well, that is all for today. This is Mr. Brass saying goodbye and get wise.